Hello and welcome back. Today we're focusing on ankle mobility and strength. Typically when we feel a tight muscle, it's craving strength and mobility. So this video is a great blend of both of those. All you need is a comfortable surface and either a wall or chair for support. If you're not already, hit that subscribe button because every single Tuesday I post a new video designed to be short, sweet, effective, and help you get out of pain while improving mobility. If this is your second, third, or 10th time watching this video and you know exactly what movements you like the best for your body, there are timestamps below. Let's get to it. First, we're starting with some down dogs. You want to get into the push-up position, and then you're going to push your hips back and into the air. So try to keep your back as straight as possible with the hips nice and elevated, making almost a triangle shape. And then as you inhale, you want the leg to come forward. As you exhale, you want that back leg to stay nice and straight as your heel just melts down to the floor. Just cycle through your inhales, your exhales, take it at your own speed, and really focus on that back heel getting that nice stretch on the floor. So still in that down dog position, we're just gonna add a bit of a calf raise. So with this, we always wanna make sure we have an emphasis on strength and mobility, and this is a really good way to add in some strength to a mobility movement. You just wanna focus on having the leg on your opposite calf and then do a calf raise. Go as high as whatever feels good to you, or if you want, you can just hold this stretch and you work your way up to the calf raise. Now we're going to move into some eccentric calf raises. So this is another great way to add in strength without having to do weight or anything too complicated or confusing. So you're going to begin holding onto a chair or a wall and try just a few calf raises, just normally, so you can feel how it feels to your body. Then if that feels okay, you're going to go up on both feet very slowly. Make sure the ankles move up nice and straight. Then you're going to slowly go down just on the one heel. So again, up on two, down on one. When you're doing the calf raises and popping up on both feet, you want to make sure the ankles and the heels track nice and straight. So for a lot of us, it's really easy when we do a calf raise, and something that we don't even really perceive or notice is that the heels almost round outward or kick outward before we come back up straight. So a really great way to make sure you're doing this and getting the most benefit out of it is to record yourself, or you can look down and make sure that both of the heels are coming up nice and straight. And then we're going to go ahead and switch sides. Again, up on two, down on one. Now we're going to get into a few seated knee lifts. So this one, I will admit, is a little bit spicy. So take this as you will. Listen to your own body as you're doing it. But you're just going to start off by sitting on your feet. That's it. Sit on your heels. See how that feels to you. If that feels okay, then you can play around with lifting one of your knees in the air. You can have yoga blocks next to you if you want to bring the ground closer to you, if that adds a little bit more stability or comfort for you. This is how it should look from the front. I'm lifting my knees pretty high. You don't need to. You can even practice just lifting your knee off the ground an inch, and that's a really great way to stretch the front of the ankles and calves. Now we have some supported ankle rocks. You want to get into a nice little lunge position. You're going to have one hand behind your heel, one hand on top of your foot, and you want to make sure that your heel stays nice and glued to the ground. So you're just going to lean as far forward as possible. That feels good to you. You want to feel a nice stretch. You don't want it to be too compressive. This can also be a good stretch to the hip, so I just want you to be mindful of that. This is really good for the hip and the ankle. And often if we have tight ankles, we have tight hips. So this is a really great one to target multiple areas with one movement. and then you're just going to switch sides. The setup might be a little bit different, but the goal is to hold down the heel, hold down the front of our foot, make sure that everything stays nice and glued. You want to ground into the ground with your foot, and then just lean forward and feel that nice juicy stretch in the ankle, the hip, and the calf. Now we're going to do ankle cars, which are probably my favorite. So anytime you see something with the word car, that just means controlled articular rotation, and that's just a fancy way of saying that we want to move the joint in its full intended range of motion. This is really good if you roll your ankle, if you sprain your ankle, or just to add some movement in between your day. So with this, you want to pretend like you have a pen on the tip of your big toe, and you're drawing a very big circle very, very slowly. So focus on the big toe going all the way around, and you're gonna go in both directions with each foot. So take it nice and slow all the way around, making sure you're feeling that movement in the joint. You don't wanna go too quickly because you wanna make sure you're adding that motion into every single area of the ankle joint. I like to think of ankle cars as like adding WD-40 to the joints. You're getting good motion in there, you're adding movement that can decrease pain and tension so quickly.
Great job taking that time out of your day to give your body that movement that it needs. If you have any questions on how to modify or progress a movement, please comment below and I'm more than happy to help you. See you next time.